morning everyone. So this week we're going to start thinking about time and how to tell the time. So in front of us we have an analogue clock. An analogue clock has two hands. So we have this big hand here, which is the minute hand. We have this smaller hand here, which is the hour hand. So when the minute hand is on the 12, that means o'clock. So at the moment the time would be 1 o'clock because the minute hand is on the 12 and the hour hand is on the 1. That would mean that it's 1 o'clock. And we can write that like this. 1 o'clock. So what time do we think it would be if the clock showed this? Well, we know that if the minute hand's on the 12, it's o'clock. So we need to look at the hour hand, which is on the 4. So that means that it's 4 o'clock. So we need to remember that there are 60 minutes in an hour, and this clock can help us by looking at this outer circle here. So each of these markers means 1 minute. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way up until 60. So that helps us remember that there are 60 minutes in an hour, and this minute hand has to go all the way around the clock for 60 minutes before the hour hand can move to the next hour. So this minute hand has to go all the way around by the time that this hour hand has moved from one number to the next number. So now let's have a look at what the time would be now. So the minute hand has been round the clock for 15 minutes and it's landed on the 3. So that means that it's been 15 minutes past 5 o'clock because the hour hand is on the 5. So it's 15 minutes past 5, but we can also write that as 5:15, and that would be wrote like this. 5:15. So what time do we think it would be if the clock showed this? Well, we know that if the minute hand is on the 3, it's 5:15. So let's look at the hour hand, and that's on the 8. So that means that it's 8:15. Okay, so now if the minute hand is on the 6, that means that the minute hand has been halfway round the clock and it's on the 6. So that means that it's been round the clock for 30 minutes. And we know that because there's 60 minutes in an hour, 30 would be half of that. That's why if the minute hand lands on the 6, it means it's half past the hour. So let's look at the hour clock. It's on 10. So that means that it's 10:30, and we can write that like this. 10:30. So what time do we think it would be if the clock showed this? Well, we know that if the minute hand is on the 6, it's 30:30. So we need to look at the hour hand, which is on the 3. That means that it's 3:30. Okay, and now the minute hand has been all this way round the clock for 45 minutes and it's on the 9. So when the minute hand is on the 9, that means that it's 1:45, whatever the hour hand is nearly at. So at the moment it would be 6:45 because the minute hand's on the 9, which means 1:45, and the hour hand is almost at the 7, so it's only 15 minutes away from being 7 o'clock. So we would write that as 6:45. because it's nearly 7 o'clock, but it's not quite there yet. Okay, so now what time do we think it would be if the clock showed this? Well, we know that if the minute hand's on the 9, it's 1:45. So we need to look at the hour hand here, which is nearly at the 12. So that means that it would be 11:45. So today, have a look at your work for the day. Have a go at completing your time. See if you can work out what time it is. If you have any questions, just ask.